Well, hello there. Today I'm going to try to do a third video for my garden tour. And it's been 3 days of constant, obnoxious wind. It has not stopped. It's been going for 3 days. So hopefully there's not a whole lot of wind. I have my microphone set up underneath my sweatshirt. So the last garden tour was, I believe, the 18th. It is now the 27th. So here goes garden tour number 3. I mentioned last time I need to do a lot of soil amending in these particular beds here. And that still stands because if you look, they're looking pretty sad. The plants just don't seem to be doing very much. I did discover that that big bed there is just not getting enough water. So I went ahead and manually watered it, and I'll probably do that about once a week. I also had to invite more pollinators. So I went out and got some annuals. I'm actually pretty adamantly against buying annuals because I think they're a waste of money. But this year, since I have no pollinators and nobody's here working my garden for me, I had to do something to invite them. So now we have flowers. This bed's not looking too bad. This is usually the one that when I throw chicken poop out of the chicken coop, it ends up in this box. And I tried to do this video earlier until I found one of the baby chicks out of the chicken run. And that's the second time, and I have no idea how she's done it. So, all these different squash plants. I'm actually, my friend wins. If you look, the corn, this has been basically the same height since I put it in here probably a month ago. And then the ones that I planted myself, we have a volunteer. Volunteer from the compost pile. All the corn that I planted myself is actually taken off. So I don't think I will ever buy prepackaged corn again. I'll just stick it in the ground myself. Seems like that's the way to go. But I am getting more and more flower buds here and there. I have yet to have any of my squash actually pollinated. So maybe that's a good thing so that it has time to establish extra roots. But there is a baby zephyr. I think baby zephyrs are the cutest thing. Look at this thing. So it's green on the tip, yellow there. It hasn't been opened yet, so it hasn't been pollinated yet. So hopefully it cooperates. And it looks like I have a brassica that decided to keep going. It got eaten. You can see the nub, but maybe it's a Brussels sprout. So not much going on over here. I will say that my peas, I think I have 4 different types of peas in here. I did not get them started early enough. Ooh, I can eat that one. Tasty. These 2 melons are still trying pretty hard. They haven't died, so they get to live. Look how pretty this flower is. When they open up, they are so pretty. And they're making babies. So peas are doing okay. Store-bought corn, not so much. Hand-planted corn, the seeds, the kernels, are doing better. Oh, excuse me. And then I had some patty pan squash here that I kicked out. It wasn't doing anything, taking up space, so I took one of the plants that I had on the table and I went ahead and stuck it in there to give it a fighting chance. So, by the way, we eat a lot of squash, and I've been learning a lot about how to preserve squash, and this is going to be a good year. I can't wait. So now we're in the greenhouse. I had to move my basil in because it's been down in the 40s for the last 3 nights, and it's supposed to be like that all week. So instead of bringing it in and out every day, I went ahead and just brought it in here. Anybody else have a ball-obsessed dog? And then the jerk brother who like steals the ball. Hey, out, 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 out. Okay. I need to put more dirt in my potatoes still. I haven't. That one's looking pretty sad. Strawberries are doing pretty good. That one's a recovery, but these ones are pretty happy. And then I went and bought some new seeds late in the season, and I'm hoping that they grow. I wanted to try the arroz con pollo, because I've heard good things, specifically from Jess at Roots and Refuge, because I totally watch her channel all the time. And habanada is one that I've heard of, and quadrato. So I'm hoping those, hoping they sprout. I know it's going to be a late season, but I wanted to try them, see if I wanted to grow them next year. So I'll put them in pots and see what comes. So here's what's left of the extras, or seedlings that went ahead and made it inside the greenhouse late, like they got a late start, and so I went ahead and ran with them. These all will probably end up in pots, because as you see, my garden beds, or you will see, are full. So I have like a tomato heritage mix, some more Romas, a Mr. Stripey that froze, but it is resilient and it is trying really hard. This pink bumblebee, I'm losing faith. As you can see, I even cut off like the dead top, and while it's still green and firm, it's not feeling very good. Some eggplant, some squashes, some different types of tomatoes, some more tomatillos. I didn't plant as many tomatillos this year because we have green salsa from last year. And then over here, my herb garden, except half of it's in the greenhouse because of the basil. And then here I have radishes that bolted, and I want the seeds. But aren't they pretty? I love these flowers. Like, they make really pretty purple flowers. So in the meantime, more pollinator invitation. I have my garlic and onion bed. These onions will give me more seeds. That's what these are. These are onion blooms. And what's cool, this is my garlic side of this bed. Look at that. I have a little bunch going on down there. So I gotta figure out what to do with that, because that's new to me. This is also my first year doing garlic. And then I had a rogue celery come up, and it's making flowers. And so I shall have seeds for celery as well. So back over in the sunny garden, the other one's the shady garden. This was a garlic bed. Kind of lost faith. I didn't water it enough, and now it's mulched, but we'll see if anything wants to try. And then this became an asparagus bed. That's a $3 shelf from Goodwill. I took the middle shelf out, and so I got all my asparagus roots planted, and I think they're getting pretty happy. And then next, at some point, this whole row is going to be all pots right through here. Probably about the same length. That'll be my container garden. And okay, let's start over here. So here, that's a tomatillo plant. Tomatillos, jicama. A couple different types of beans. It's either a Cherokee Purple or a Black Prince. I didn't label it, but I knew it was one of the two. Cherokee Purple, type of squash, more beans, yellow pear tomato. You can see it's getting pretty big. These spaces are carrot seeds, Romas, Evans purple pear, and then a bunch of different types of eggplant. That one's doing the best. We have a poblano ancho pepper. Those are all okra. I lost one to the freeze, put a seed in, the seed didn't do anything, so I said screw it, and I went ahead and grabbed one of the other ones off of the table, and now there's a melon. That's a Casper eggplant. I have 3 tomatoes here. Let's see, we got Secret Sauce Short, that's new to me. Brad's Bleeding Heart, that's new to me. And then Bush Early Girl is also new to me. A couple different types of squashes, acorn squash, honey bear, and oh, another Hubbard squash. That one's not doing nearly as good. So that is the same type of squash as that. And granted, that one did get planted a little later. And then this one is a mystery squash that I had seeds for, or that was in one of the cups. And pollinator invitation. This thing, I don't know if it got too hot. I don't know what's going on with it, but it's going to give me seeds. And this one's a perennial, so I'll make more of those with the seeds. As a reminder, this whole front row is all different types of hot peppers. The next row is mostly indeterminate with a couple of determinate tomatoes, which is why that one is not trimmed back, or that one. I thought that one was a determinate, and I didn't trim it, and I found out it was an indeterminate, so I was able to cut back some of the suckers. I think next year, if I have like the Romas and the real bushy tomatoes, I'll put them on the ends so that they can go like off the edge and not encroach on other space. So just my suggestion. That's something I decided today, actually. One thing I'm worried about is with my peppers, my leaves are ripply. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can see it. I don't know if it's a calcium deficiency. I don't know what I'm missing. They're also a little lighter green on the leaves, but they're ripply. And I'm not really sure what's causing that. So I've got to do some research and figure that out. I pulled out the very sad pepper that was here and put in an established jalapeno from Lowe's. As you can see, everything's getting really tall. I'm excited because it's to give you a quick profile. See how tall they're getting? And then let me just show you the beauty that is this squash bed. I'm so excited about this squash and bean bed, you have no idea. Okay, I'll get back to that. So more tomatoes, more, and these are all sweet peppers on this side. The sweet peppers want more shade, so I went ahead and gave them what they want. So more shade. There is one spicy on this side because it was like sugar peach or sugar rush peach or something along those lines, and I thought it was a sweet pepper. So this one is definitely my tallest. It's probably about 3 feet total from the ground by my feet. And I'm getting a lot of flowers. I do have a few tomatoes on this one. And this one is indigo apple. So they're kind of on the smaller side. So I'm wondering if I gotta look it up, but they might be a cherry. This is one that I got at the local store. But I just got my whole seed catalog, and so, man, am I in trouble for next year. Okay, and I also want to go to the Seed Expo in Santa Rosa this year. That's a definitely on my mind. See, what is that? Why is that sad? Oh, that one broke. Okay, that's fine. A dog probably stepped on it. Okay, more flowers for the bees. And then look at this beast. I bought actual tie-up tape. I've been using the Velcro stuff, and it's been working, but it has a harsh edge, and so when the wind blows, it seems to kind of irritate the plant. So I got this for the heavier stuff. So, or the stuff that's further away. Because as you can see, I'm trying to support this and get it to go vertical, and it is a very large stem. Like, look how wide that is. So, not a whole lot of babies yet. I've seen a few flowers here and there on some cucumbers and going vertical. So, for example, there's some flowers. Hopefully that gives me something better to show you next week. More flowers. Lots of flowers down in here. Not that anything can get to them down in there. So this is lemon cucumber. And if you guys have never had a lemon cucumber, oh my gosh, they are so tasty. So that's a buttercup squash. This one's probably a lemon cucumber. Yeah, lemon cuke. I saw them at a couple different places and bought them and then separated them because I love them. And gave a couple away, and I still have probably 5 or 6 different plants in here. We have butternut squash. We have different types of squash. Of course, the tags are all hidden. I'll know better once they get bigger. But we have more flowers. There's some baby flowers back in there. That's going to be watermelon. I'm actually having a successful year with watermelon. I've tried watermelon in the past in the other garden and it didn't work. This garden, everything is much happier. So I definitely need to put a lot more organic materials in that other bed. So this is another watermelon, I think. Could be a cucumber. It is Petite Grease Rennis melon. So it's a melon. And things are coming right along. I have beans, lots and lots of baby beans. So we should be eating beans hopefully next week. I mean, look how many babies are in there. Oh, can you see? There's a leaf. There we go. And then I re-sowed some because last week because I couldn't, they weren't coming up. And I don't know if something ate them. I don't know what happened to them. So I went ahead and re-sowed them. And then, so check this out with the pole beans. They want to spiral. So I just kind of like hooked them on and I'm not tying them. They're just going and they're going to spin around that pole all the way. And then I have this little pole right there. So that one should start spinning around there. And then these ones, maybe they'll go the other way. So there you have it, garden tour number 3. Oh, I almost forgot. I have my first nasturtium bud. There it is. And I have a second one right there. It's not bloomed yet, so check that out. Like, how neat are these? They have this cool little, like, so this is my first time ever seeing a nasturtium in person. Apparently they're edible. You can throw them on your salads, including the leaves. So, yeah, things are moving right along. Well, there's garden tour number 3 for you. Have a good day.